Right, everything's working today. That's a good start. Good evening, everyone. Welcome along to Wednesday night live stream here, and we're testing out the new server, Southern Pastures map here, set in New Zealand. Say I'm beyond excited about this map. This map's awesome. Everything about it I have just loved. I haven't spent a huge amount of time on it yet. I do want to try and do a sort of solo play on it at some point, but we've got it set up as a members server for any of our YouTube members to join, and we're just seeing how it all goes. So we'll give you a little bit of a rundown. We've got 20 sheep, so not many, but we've got capacity here between these two sheep pastures for 5,000. 5,000? Yeah, 5,000. 2,500 in each, so it's pretty big capacity of sheep, and the plan is to max this out before we do anything else, before we get into any other animals. At the moment, we own this field, these fields down here, and then there's a few blocks, one there, and just that one. I thought they had more leased, but it looks like they've only got that one now. There is lots of grass on this map, lots of grass. We've got Corpner and Scott over doing a contract over on that field. That is corn, I think. Turn that on. Yeah, there it is. That's corn. So they're over doing that contract. But I think base plan for us is to jump in and get a whole lot of this grass mown and make some more bales for ourselves. The other thing, we have been making a lot of silage. We've already got 1.5 million litres, and that's actually at almost its maximum price, 186 versus 189. So we might even look to load some of those up and sell them. But anyhow, welcome along, everyone. Nice to have you all here. Go through a little bit of a roll call. Ryan, nice to see you. I saw you pop in a lot earlier, which is good to see. Thank you for joining. Corpnut is here as well. He's in the stream with me. Southside Farms, good evening, mate. Welcome along. Great to have you here. Chinook, how you doing, mate? How's work? Because this must be your last week in New Zealand, isn't it? Hope it all goes well. Hope it all goes well, and all the best for the new job when you kick that off. Hey, Mornay, nice to have you here. Nice to see you. Now I'm just wandering around. I'm looking to see what we've got mower-wise. It's funny. I leave these guys free for a little bit, and suddenly all the equipment gets upgraded. Big windrower. Big mower. I did have a smaller mower, but to be their credit, they are trying to keep it relative to New Zealand equipment sizes, so we do have that set up there, which is quite common seeing the butterfly mower, and you do see a few of those, probably more of the smaller ones, but you definitely do get some of those around, which is good. So we're going to jump up here in the 7810. They've also done a good job at trying to keep the equipment relatively size appropriate. Now, just going to turn the lights on. We are in, and this is one thing I hadn't actually picked up on the map, we're in December and it is winter, but it shouldn't be winter, it should be summer. So anyhow, so that is the plan. I'm going to jump over here and start on this field. So just checking back again, double check, be sure. Yeah, everything except for this one by the yard is all ready to harvest, including the one field of alfalfa we have in there. So we'll get that done too. Yeah, nice to see you, Morning. Good to have you here. Heath, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Grant, welcome along, mate. Good to see you as well. Mrs. Professor, how you doing? Echo Element, good to see you. Mrs. Professor, I was so excited when I saw your message today. I was like, yes. Starship, that's going to be cool. Can't wait. Now, I know they've got the windrower there, but I don't think we actually need it. I think this is a merging mower as well. So we will see. Now, the other thing, let's just put that down. Oh, that down. Yeah, look at that, splitting it all in the middle. The other thing I was going to say is I do have the tractor and the plow all working, and I've got a camera that I've got set up to show you how it all works after finishing it off last week, so I'm pretty excited to get into that. I also have a now I'm just going to try and set up some VCA while we're here. How's that looking? That work? Why is that not working? I have all sorts of issues with this sometimes. Maybe we'll just ignore it. I do have the John Deere Forager all pulled out and ready to start building, so we'll see how we go. Whether we might get into some of that too, because I'm keen to get started building that. Finish Friday, nice. Oh, hope you have a good last few days, mate. All the best for the change. When do you start your new job? Is it straight away next week, or you got a bit of time off first? Hopefully a bit of time off so you can jump in here and Join the server. Oh, I thought we were going to get a bit of lag there. Might have been an autosave. G'day Craig, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, 9 days start with the airport on the 18th. Ah, there you go. You'd answer my question without me even asking it. Man, these fields just feel so much like I'm at home. So cool. Now this is a, if you've played the map at all, you might notice a couple of little variances. We have David Van Mole, who is a member of the community, very valued member, often comments on videos. He made an edit of the map and he added a few things, including some custom traffic. The map didn't have traffic to start with, so he has very kindly gave me the whole edit he did, but out of respect for everything he did, I've just taken the traffic out of it. I didn't want to go too far away from what Smith's Gaming had done and obviously share any assets that David had, so we've just taken the traffic out and used that. The other thing we had to do was actually make a change to get more contracts working, so look, no collisions on the fences. So if you are playing and interested in what you need to do to change that, it's all based on the map by 3D file and having to change missions allowed on the farmlands from false to true. And thank you to Legion who picked up on that. It was very nice of him. So yeah, it's a bit of a ragtag of equipment down here. It's all over the place. I think we need to maybe do a little bit of landscaping, make a bit more of a gravel yard at some stage. Get a few more sheds put up. Look at all that fertilizer. I'm disappointed to see it's not Ravensdown or Balance agri-nutrients fertilizer though. Have a word to the boys about making sure they get some of the region appropriate fertilizers that are available. If you want to have those on your map, you can find them on the mod hub. Just search for Argsy Gaming, or just Argsy, and you'll find them. Yeah, 8 subscribers and 1.1k views. Well done, Heath. Good job. Already said don't expect me to be on time. Funny. G'day Jaden, how you doing? Welcome along. Now, I was just about to say something else too. The other thing, as I was saying earlier, this is a members only map. So if you want to join and play on this one, you do have to be a channel member. All the other servers, Shellbrook and Elma, Missouri, are open to anyone. So if you want to jump on and join a server, and I'm going to flip between these over the next couple of weeks and sort of have a week about on different servers. We've actually, I was even thinking we might try and do a live stream possibly from the Oaks at some stage soon. Not for our harvest, but I know Dazed has got a lot of potatoes coming up for harvest, so we could even consider jumping on and giving him a hand, but we will see. Is the server crossplay? This one isn't, Heath. In fact, none of the servers are crossplay at the moment, to be honest, except for the challenge server, which, again, if you haven't seen already, FSG is going to be streaming from the challenge server. The Argsy Gaming versus FSG server, that's going to be back live sometime today, sometime tonight, and FSG is going to sort of do a soft relaunch of that. So we're getting that back up and going, which is exciting. We were kind of a little bit bittersweet to have taken it down originally, but be pleased to see it back up and going, and hopefully everyone plays it in the spirit in which it is intended. Yeah, we have tried crossplay before, Chinook, and it wasn't didn't get very well impact used. There wasn't a lot of people jumped on it. G'day James, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Probably the best New Zealand map. This is, I would agree, Jaden. I've had a look at some of the Smith Gaming's other maps that he had for FS19, and I know that one of them got ported. Waikiri got ported over to 22, I think it was. But yeah, 100% agree with you. This is hands down probably the best one. It's very cool. So what I'm going to do, what I think, we will get through this field, get it mowed, and then before we move on, because look, we're going to stay well ahead of these fellas, I am going to show you the plow and how that works with the remote, because it's pretty cool. Pretty stoked to get that all figured out. I actually got it done after the stream, but the battery went flat, so I couldn't even test it out. Sneak a little bit through there. Yeah, no, it's a pretty cool map, Jaden. I'm super impressed with it. Thank you, Chinook. There we go. 5 gifted memberships there from the man himself. We'll give you the chance that if you wanted to join us on the server, you can. Just make sure you have your Discord and YouTube linked, because that will give you automatic access to the Argsy Gaming farm team channels, and that's where all the server details for this are. So you'll be able to find those in there. Echo, Element, Bob, Sharp Farmer, Kega, Reno, and Hilly Farms. There you go. Nice one. Thanks, mate. As always, very much appreciated. Not too bad, got tiles alright and started the course. Not sure how well I'll go as it's designed for ADF, so no references to make sense to me. Fake it until you make it, mate. I've always heard that New Zealand Defence Force is much better than Australian anyhow. More resourceful, so I'm sure you'll figure it out. Such a nice vibe up in here. Now I don't have, for whatever reason, I know that I can normally raise everything just by pressing Ctrl V, but it doesn't seem to work for me. Don't know why. Never figured it out. Never had the raise all implements work properly. Alright, we're going to well and truly get this done before these guys are hardly going to be out of the field. Hardly have got around the field once yet. In fact, I'm just going to jump in here. We recorded Aussie Farms with UVSG the other night, so I don't have my player names turned on. Here we go. We can see who's doing what. Anyway, Scott's running the baler, which will mean that Corpnut is going around and wrapping. We've got the Central District's field days coming up next weekend too. Hopefully try and get over to those again. It was a fun little outing last year. I drove past the case dealer today and they had a 520 Steiger sitting in the yard, brand new one, so I'm assuming they've got that up here to show off. Not a tractor we see around this parts very often at all. In fact, the only time I've seen one in the wild was up in the Hawke's Bay last year, so kind of cool to see one of those in the flesh. Everywhere except pay. Oh yeah, that'll be a go over there, learn what they do, then come back and copy it. The Kiwi way. I'm assuming you flew commercially, James, seeing our Air Force can't fly anyone anywhere. If it's not working, it's usually a mod. Yeah, I do need to have a look at that. Double D. That would be a fantastic suggestion. I'm sure there'll be something that I'll set or doesn't. Doubling down on it. Need to replace that baler. You hate it. Why? We could probably actually almost get a second baler. We'll see how we go. We might even, they're just saying that in chat and Discord as well. Yeah, Eden, how you doing, bro? Nice to see you. Good flight with the New Zealand. Nice one. At least it wasn't Qantas. Hey, Days, how you doing? Just popping in to leave a quick like. What happened to the comp server that you mentioned out of the loop? Ah, just a few, how do we describe them? Teething issues? A few challenges that needed to be ironed out with the challenge. So we took it offline and it will be back up and running later on today when UFSG is streaming on it. Mark very generously installed the Massey combine for me today on the Oaks, so it looks like Argsy Farms might be upgrading to our own combine very soon. Nice to have one that's themed with the tractors. Right, that's us all finished on that field. So, we'll leave these guys running in here. Just going to pop out, and as I said, I was going to show you the tractor, so we'll get that out in a sec. Back dazed, if you want to hang around for like 2 minutes, you got to check this out. This thing's awesome. What's that in there? What's that in there? Oh, that's the the wool spawn for those sheep. Okay. Few little things. Like I think I said to someone, is a few it's a little bit rough around the edges would be the best way to describe the map, but I can look past all of that. I think it's pretty cool. Right, let's have a look here. Let's move that out of the way. Now, let's not break this. There we go. There is the tractor. Let's see if I can do this. Hang on. I've set up a couple of cameras, so let me just jump across here. So there is my messy desk. Let's just turn that one off, and then you can see my messy face. But there is the finished beast. All done. Oh, bumping the mic. The plow on the back. Right. So that's what it looks like. Now if I put that down on there, bring that camera back up. Right, let's see where I need to put it. I can do this. Now. Right, and that's turned on, the little red light's flashing. The piece de resistance is the plow, so let's try and get that in shot as best I can. Turn this on. This is pretty cool. So we've always seen, just check it's working, so there you go, it's got the back and forward. You'll be able to see the wheel turn, but watch the plow. So that one, here we go, this is up and down. Oops, it's already fully up. So raise and lower, but this is the cool part. You go right around. Now I've got to be careful because I have already popped the cog off once, and that's probably going to do it again. It's not very well, it doesn't have a clutch or anything in it, so it doesn't actually stop going. So you've got to be really careful when you press it that you go the right way. Like there, I went the wrong way. But, and yep, let's pop that gear off. So it's a little bit, it's the best way to describe it. I don't know, it's a little bit clumsy, I suppose, would be the best way. But let's get that pushed back in there. Yeah, it's just the cog that transfers between the back of from the tractor to the plow is not the best. So there you go. So that's one way, and you can see the wheel. So I managed to fix the wheel. The wheel actually just needed to be rotated 90 degrees. Yes, 90 degrees. So when I had to put it on last time, when it was in this position, it was flat. But you go right around, and the wheel drops and goes back down. All right, put it back up. It's very cool. Mrs. Argsy's just stopped up to have a look because she hadn't seen it. So yeah, that's how my tractor works. Cog link to the implements. Yeah, so let's see if I can show you. It's a bit hard to see. But see where the red is just in there. Getting around the wrong way. So you can see that red shaft just in there. There's a cog that comes off the drive motor in the tractor, and then that brownie one transfers it, which then goes underneath in under there and drives it onto that big one, which is what flips it right over. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And that will probably be the last time I use it as a remote. No, I lie. My nephew will love it. I'll show it to him. He'll probably break it straight away. Yeah, anyhow, that is that's that all done. So I'm back over here now. How long did it take to make it? We've made it over. I've only made it on live streams, Jade, and I would have started it before Christmas. Definitely started it before Christmas, but I haven't made it on every live stream, and it's only been on Wednesday nights I've been doing it, so I don't know. Don't know exactly. It wasn't just to sit down and do it all at one time. Could use it to drive other... Absolutely, yeah, you could. It's designed like that. It's actually got a pin, so you could have a drawbar or something. But yeah, you've got the raise and lower for the hydraulic arms, and then you could it's basically like a PTO. You could hook up you can have a mower made, and actually something like that which just completely spins something all the time and doesn't have like a limit each end would be really good, because you could just have spinning discs or a mower or a windrower or something like that. Would be pretty cool. So yeah, very happy with it. And now we've got this to make, the John Deere Forager. So I do have some pieces out for that, but we'll see whether we get into that tonight or not. Might save that for when we're back on Shellbrook and have a little bit more space and that to do things. Anyhow, didn't realise it moved that much. No, neither did I. This Professor moves a lot, doesn't it? But yeah, it is pretty cool. Need a camera looking at the floor so when you accidentally fire it off your desk you watched it explode. It gets up and go, Grant. It's got some good speed in it. Catch you later, Heath. Have a good one, mate. Nice to see you. Hey, we're getting not too in time. Oh, see, this fence looks like it had a collision on it. Right. Let's just... Just a tweak here. Alright. I'm assuming Mr. Hanson must have needed a sleep in this morning. He was messaging me earlier to say he'd be here, but... Right, he's probably preparing himself for the challenge server launching again. It's nice to have you all here anyhow. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. You're enjoying some farm sim time. Playing on some new maps. Intrigued to see what's going to come out over the next couple of weeks or couple of months in regards to maps and mods and things like that. Gotta admit, it's taking its time, but I'm looking forward to seeing what MRG's got. The amount of time he's spent on the Switzer map, I think it is, it's shaping up to potentially be a goodie, so looking forward to seeing that when he's finished. I don't know who else saw the news today, this afternoon. Mrs. Professor sent me a message, or put a message on Discord with the Starship. Is it IFT-3? Is that what they're calling it? What is it? No, OFT, Orbital Flight Test. OFT-3. Orbital Flight Test 3 of Starship. That's going to be epic. Can't wait to see that. That's meant to be next Friday morning, like 12:30 in the morning New Zealand time. So it'll be a blast, literally. I figured I'd run down here and then we'll get set up again. Start another pass. It's quite nice using these sort of smaller tractors, something a little bit older. And when I say smaller, it's a 7810, so it's not the smallest, but something nice about sort of just having that restricted tractor size, limiting it a little bit. If you haven't seen, one of the challenges that Rusty Money Gaming and quite a few others are doing is the 200 horsepower challenge on Calmlands by ER Shabba. I know there's quite a few of them doing it. Mrs. Sim Gamers jumped on it. There's quite a big list actually. It's quite a cool challenge. I've enjoyed watching Rusty's progress on his. Actually, given me an idea, and I've been trying to convince me to do one. I'm not going to do that, but it's given me an idea for some content I want to do soon. So fingers crossed that'll all work out. Hopefully it works out better than my mowing at the moment. Goodness. The others will turn up later on and go, goodness, Argsy, you only mowed half the field. It is IFT. Integrated Flight Test. That's right, Integrated Flight Test. I thought IFT sounded right, but then I was like, hang on, they're going trying to go orbital. But yes, IFT3. Integrated because it's the third launch of both Starship and Super Heavy together. That's the integrated part. Thank you, Mrs. Professor. How far away from Texas are you? Have you thought about taking a jaunt down to try and watch it live? Alright, you know what I'm going to do? I'm tempted now, I'm intrigued now. I'm going to have a look in my keybinds and see if we can spot what Control V is set to. So, keep your eyes open. There's Control Y. Q. Lower raise all tools. So that's what I want is Control V. Let's just see if I've managed to put something else on it. It'll probably be if I do, it'll be a mod. Control F. No, none of those. It's Y again. What is that one? Unload round bale on end. Oh, Gorville pack, right. Control. Oh, arena mode, won't be that. It'll be one of these, it'll be a mod somewhere. Always is. It'll be the very last one, isn't it? Guidance steering? No. CA. No, there's not a single Control V in there. Ah, did that just do it? Unbind lower all tools and then bind it again. I'll tell you. It'll. Okay. Look. No, nothing. Who knows? Oh, so that lowered the front. Was that? Raise. And raise the back ones now? There we go. So just unbinding it and rebinding it's fixed it. How strange. And it's designed that it should lower the front and then lower the back ones just as we get there. It's pretty clever. This is one time when controller is actually a little bit clunky when you want to jump between keyboard and controller. It'd be nice to have it bound on the controller, but I think I'd be running out of buttons and button combinations to press. But let's have a look. Get to the end here. Control V. Yep, my front one's up. Back one's up. Okay. Strange, eh? Just unbind it and rebind it and that'll fix it. Wasn't bound to something else. There's a delay on the relying always does the front, then a short delay on the back. Don't read text. Yeah, no, I knew there was a delay, so as you'd approach a headland, but I've tried it so many different times, Days, it never worked anyhow. Likewise, mate. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you taking the time. You have a good rest of your week, and we'll catch up with you sometime soon. Flying is 3.5 hours, driving would be way too long. Maybe some days. Fair enough then. That is quite a way. Hey Dylan, how you doing? It's funny actually, the guys were just saying, who's in the baler, I think Scott was saying how hard it is to find some of the fields around here. Exactly what it's like in New Zealand. You go down a farm and try to actually access the field, you'll get to the fence and you'll go, well actually where's the gate? And you've actually got meant to have come up another track somewhere else slightly differently to get to it. It's exactly what it's like. Now, is this wide enough to fit the mower through? No. We'll do things properly. You smashed the like button. Thank you, Chinook. Yeah, thanks everyone who's tuned in this evening. Appreciate you being here. If you're enjoying things, please do make sure you drop a like. Hit the thumbs up button. Would be very much appreciated. Hey Scott, how you doing? Alright, I've got to be careful reading chat and driving at the same time. Enjoyed Aussie episode, glad to see Mr. FSG back from his vacation. Yes. It was a combination of the two of us. I was crook one week, he was away for a couple, so quite some time between episodes, but we're back and we'll be full force into harvesting, I think, next week. There we go. Baler Scott. It's safe to be driving so close to the water. Thank you, Grant. Amazing how that joke's going to get some mileage on it, that's for sure. Oh, that's a bit wobbly. I just run around the field with the windrower just to try and pick up some of my mess. Cheat a little bit. I shouldn't do that backwards, but there we go. Yeah, I need FSG to do something silly. Oh well, I mean he did try and flip a truck. I haven't seen it from his perspective yet, but he did try and put a truck in the river. He's just lucky there was a safety barrier next to it. There we go, Dylan. Dylan's seen it. 100% Dylan. Yeah, I need him to do something now so attention can be diverted. I was just thinking I hadn't looked at diesel, half full. Not too bad, not too bad. He weaved harder than a drunk driver. I'm definitely going to have to watch it. I did start watching his perspective earlier. I had to get things set up for this, so I haven't finished. Go and check it out. James, what's to go with this map? Argsy is a new multiplayer map for anyone to play on. So this is a members only map, James. So being a channel member, it is open for you to play on. Basically, if you link your Discord and YouTube accounts together, if you haven't already, it'll automatically give you the member role in Discord, which will open up the channels where all the server details are contained. But yeah, anyone who's a member. So whether it's a gifted membership for those who got ones earlier from Chinook, or whether you've been a long time member, we don't differentiate. You're all welcome. Same with the challenge server. The challenge server, because FSG servers are all members only, we've made that a members only one as well. Probably just to control actually who plays on it a little bit too. Didn't want someone going in and being a dick. I don't know why FSG and I are allowed to play on it then, but here we go. Joys of having our names on it. But yeah, otherwise there's Shellbrook and Alma, Missouri, which are open for anyone to play on. Hey Bo, how you doing? Long time listener, first time caller. Do you even play this game anymore? I lie, I've seen you been on the Oaks a bit lately. Must have some canola to harvest, do you? And actually taking the time to see what it was you were doing. Only thing I don't like with these mower setups is with the front and back mower, when you go around a corner, you end up with those pieces missing. It's very simple to do. You'll be able to see on Discord anyhow if you've got the member role. You're a dark green person and hanging out near the top of the tree, and you will certainly have access to it. Canola contract, nice. Make that money. Has anyone else noticed? For whatever reason, I'd swear tractors are going slower in reverse. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure I used to be able to reverse faster than I can. A number of times I've backed up and go, come on. Come on, faster. Catch you later, Thomas. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for hanging out. G'day, Mark. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for your prompt action on adding that mod to the Oaks. I'm looking forward now to getting in and upgrading. Getting a combine on the farm. A big change for us. This mower gets through things really quick. Wife becomes a British citizen this morning. Well, congratulations to your wife. Is she allowed back into France now, or is that it? You're banished to the Isles. You're limited to Commonwealth countries now. Alright, that's that done. Where else are we heading now? So we've got one more field to do, which is the sheep. And then we've got the alfalfa field to do. And this is exactly what it's like when we're doing hay and silage. It's having these kind of tractors, oops, crashing into fences, running around the fields. You go from one field, you finish mowing, and the baler's busy away in another field. So cool. Cool to see. Alright, let us head in here now. I know I can mow where the sheep are, and I know they did it last time, but I'm going to use a little bit of decorum and respect for the sheep and their habitat, and we're just going to mow this part. If someone wants to come in and mow the sheep later, they can do that. Definitely sped it up though, only not having to windrow things. Mutton mince. Should have 2 passports, so should be. Now I'm the only one in the house with single nationality. Oh no. What does that mean? You're going to have to go and live in France for a few years and apply for citizenship there, or do they just blanket reject British? Ah. So there is a collision on the fences, there's just not a collision on the tip of the mower. That's where my problem lies. Now, actually, I've got that call for lumberjacks there for Logging League. I should probably take that down. Obviously had a fun first round, Season 2 Round 1 on the weekend. It was a blast actually. I was super excited about that, how that all went. And I'm not going to give anything away at all, but looks like we've already got a candidate for map for Round 2, and we've already had a couple of messages from a couple of teams and players looking for some new ideas and innovations and how they approach it from what they've learnt from Round 1. So that's pretty cool, pretty exciting to see that. It's what we want the teams to do. We want them to innovate, we want them to try things. So have that message was a bit of a high point today. Hey Rani, how you doing? If you mow the sheep, it'll save money on shearing. True. Well, ask any shearer, they probably don't get paid much to shear them anyhow, do they? We'll just settle for minced venison. I've always wondered, because there is deer model in the game, how easy would it be, or would it even be possible to take that model and domesticate it? We have a lot, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's deer farming is a decent sized industry here in New Zealand. Venison, velvet, those kind of things. So I've always wondered what it would be like, how hard it would be. I've got the model. Bring them into a fenced area. They could be farmed. We'd need the butchery mod to do the venison part, but French reading and writing history test will be much harder, that's true. Can't you just turn up and say we saved you and be done with it? Or does that not hold water anymore? Alright, look at that, they've already loaded up. We must have auto loaded on that trailer. This is very speedy. Hey, clunk. Crash counter. Not too much grass left in that field now that I look at it. Change them to kangaroos and farm them. Funny story. Because I'm cutting grass, is that still alfalfa? Can't actually tell. Doubt that would work. Oh yeah, I don't think it'll work either, Mark, but it'd be interesting to see. I'm sure the animal model's well locked down, but I'm just thinking about the fact that someone's managed to animate calves. Whether it's just a scaled down animation of the other animals, I don't know. Come apply for a US citizenship. Just remember you love adult beverages just like everyone else and you'll pass with flying colours. And guns, isn't it, Dylan? You gotta throw those in there too. Oh, I didn't cut very well. There's the corner there. Now I kind of don't want to knock that because if it's in the fill trigger, it'll keep on filling up there. It seems a bit stupid not to mow that way, but we'll go around it for now. That might be something I might sneak into the map again and see if I can move that trigger point. Could even put it over by the wool shed so they both spawn in a similar spot. Doesn't need to be immediately adjacent to the wool shed. Just have the nodes connected for it. So this alfalfa's putting down quite a big swath. Pretty impressive. One thing I do like about these size fields is you can get through a lot of work in a short period of time, particularly when you've got 3 people here, but coming up on, what, 45 minutes, we've just about mowed all the grass. Pretty impressive. Alright, Scott's just saying we've got a whole lot more fields. Do we or not? All those ones down there, are they ready to mow? Oh, they are all ready to mow. Okay. All of those ones to do too. Alright, we might have a might have to have a swap out with someone. Do something different for a bit soon. Definitely a bigger swath. You noticed it as we drove up and over it. I wasn't getting that with the other ones. Depends on what state you're in, you're near DJ, so yes, absolutely. At North Carolina. Remember that delay on the back mower getting dropped. This doesn't make it worth lifting them up by the time you've turned. This is where the Hori or the farm stick would be good. Be able to have a button bound to that Control V. In fact, I think there is one on the Hori by default, if I remember correctly. Hey Brandon, how you doing? Nice to see you, welcome along. Welcome along to what I would say is the greatest map ever made for Farming Simulator. I might be a little bit biased, but so exciting to have a Kiwi map in here. I said earlier I'm going to try and figure out a way to bring this to the channel a little bit more. Highlight it a bit more, spend a bit more time on here. Whether it's through the server, or whether it's through me doing something on my own, we will have to figure that out. But pretty cool to see it here. As I was saying some of the others before, this feels so Kiwi. It's funny actually when you think about it, because I think when this was Southern Cross Station there might have only been one, maybe two fields between, I think it was only one. Possibly two fields between the sell point or the railway tracks and the section in here, and we've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's exactly appropriate for New Zealand. Smaller fields. That's just what we've got. Yaron, did I say hello to you before? If I didn't, I apologise. Good to see you, mate. Hope you're good. Shame you had to go to work today. Or go to the office, sorry. I'm sure you work every day. You know what I mean. Now it's not too late, Yoran, with the competitive multiplayer map starting up again. It's not too late for you to switch allegiances if you saw the light and realised that the orange side was superior. Seem a bit flat for most New Zealand, maybe Canterbury Plains-ish. Yeah, it's a big hilly bit in the middle. Have you seen this bit up in here? All up through here? That's pretty hilly. I mean, I agree. And there's actually some really nice, through here's actually got some nice rolling ground too. This bit here. It is very flat, but I think it's pretty good. I don't mind that. As long as we give you some water wings. Yes, thank you, Chinook. Right, let's have a look here. Maybe we'll just pause our mowing for a little bit. We'll go give these guys a hand collecting some bales. What tractor can we... Can the Ford or pull that trailer? Go see. Sure it will. Love this Ford. Quick question for anyone. I've been playing a bit of Chilliwack on... Map is not updating. What map are you playing here on? Chilliwack's not on. It's a 4x map on PC. Oh, it's Saskatchewan. The new one. Ooh. Chunk, chunk. Alright, what have we got space for? A few more on here. 192,000 litres so far, it's not bad. Claim it. Hey Nismo, how you doing? Good to see you, mate. I was going to say it's auto load turned on, but it is. Is that full? Oh yeah, 100%. And you had space for 2. Right. Going to unload this one. Tell you what, there's only just enough power in this tractor to get it. Pull this trailer. There's a new one, just seems odd and it's a bit annoying as I drive on the degrees on the minimap and it is updating all the time. That's a bizarre one. I can't say I've ever seen that before. Right, now I kind of want to keep these separate from the other ones because these are still to ferment, so I wonder, try this. Now I need to remember how to unload this. Unload here, top side left, just press I, here we go. Ooh, that was close. Just about knocked the bales over. That's us done. You haven't had a chance to check the map out yet, though. Well, download the mods and you can jump on the server. There you go. Getting a Popeyes in Auckland, I saw that. I saw that in the news. Oh, you're asking Joran if he was using precision farming. Oh, Edgewood assessed. Ah. No, I certainly haven't heard of anyone having issues on that map. Alright. Let's see, we need to turn on B. If your mods don't need updated, I'll try to update FarmSim itself. If you haven't had issues on other maps though, that's the weird part, isn't it? One day you'll make another cameo appearance. Good news is your band practice night is moving on Tuesdays. Solid. Do you still have kickboxing on Wednesdays though? Right. Should really be using the forks, shouldn't I? Done. Traffic jam. Karate, right. Monday and Thursday karate. Tried kickboxing about 20 years ago. Alright, almost done. Don't get too close at all. Take it out of the wrapper. Tonight's whiskey, this is called Scapegrace. It's a New Zealand whiskey. I tried it first time and I wasn't that taken by it the first time I had it, but it's actually tonight. I don't know whether it was what it might have been, something with my palate or whatever. Very snobby thing to say, but much more enjoyable tonight. Right, you know what we're going to do? Just for a little bit of fun, we are going to go and set ourselves up where we can watch these guys. Let them carry on. I'm going to build a little bit of Lego. Cool, just going to full send it through the ditch. I've got to say, there's some pretty cool ideas. There's some pretty cool landscaping on this map. Just things like the way those ditches are done, coming up here, heading down to the river. It's nice to see. Right, so we'll turn in here. Mark up. Where you can see what's happening, and there's still a little bit of Lego, eh? I'm going to do small Lego this time around. So, bring that up. So we're going to be building, for anyone who hasn't seen, so we moved on, we've got the John Deere forage harvester to be doing. So we're just going to get into that. So this one's certainly not as big a set. It's not as many pieces as some of the other ones we've done. We're good. One thing I do need to do though, which I haven't done yet, is to pop out chat so I can see you fellas, ladies. Pop out. That's on top of that. It's on top of that. Right, there we go. Oh, I can't even pick these bits up. It'd be interesting actually having been building the other, using that other not Lego to see how different, whether I notice a difference between how it clips together. Now I've opened up bags 1 and 2, so oops, we'll see how far we get. Don't drop your bale too close to me or it'll end up on the back of the trailer. So I think from having a look at this, what we're building so far is the main body, main chassis. Yep. One more of those on the other way. You don't have to worry about this one being not Lego. I know I can't get confused saying what this one is. This one is Lego. Look, Lego hit 42147 last night. What's 42147? Euro tipper. Is that the I think I know which one it is just from, I know, dump truck. Little dump truck. Not the one I was thinking it was. Looks like a nice little set though. Alyssa, hello, how you doing? Nice to see you, welcome. It's interesting, even just noticing the difference in the instructions. A lot clearer. A lot of these ones are a lot easier to see. The different things you need to do. That would have been probably my one gripe with the other stuff. As it did get a little bit hard to follow along with. Aren't you supposed to Lego the old way, open all the bags mixed together and then spend half an hour looking for just one piece? Oh my goodness, that's what I... Doing anything with the kids with Lego, and you literally do. You just spend hours just sifting through. Alright. And that's done in here already, that was fast. Those and one of those, and that's the other side of this done. Lego show in Eltham this week, nice one. Mrs. Bo will be down to that. Are you coming down to the field days next weekend, Bo? I was talking about them earlier. Alright. There we go, that's up to there. The small pieces, yeah, they filter down to the bottom, don't they? Alright, we need to go and do our job. Go and pick the rest of these bales up. We'll go do that. Cab over single axle. Yeah. Yep. I did just have a quick look at those. What part of the country are we in? I'm up North New Zealand. Nice one. Like North Auckland, so Northland. I'm in the Manawa too. Lesser. Nice Scottish whiskey for your birthday 2 weeks ago. Aberfeldy 12. Nice. Sounds good. I've lined up a bottle I'm going to try and take over to FarmCon. It's only right that I take a Kiwi whiskey over with me. Right, now what are we going to do with this? Is this going to be wrapped or not? What did we do with the alfalfa last time? Let's just have a look in time saving stock check. We had alfalfa windrow. What are those bales coming out as? And have a look. Yeah, alfalfa windrow, so I guess we're not wrapping them. Leave them on the ground, corp. I love this yellow texture for the cut grass too, by the way. Plastic bowls with number lids, so I use takeaway containers. The little pieces, open the bags and the big pieces go in it's a shoebox lid actually, which is kind of good because it's got edges on it. So here are my wife's boots, I think, so it's quite a big box. You've got the edges there as a tray and then you put those on the inside. Looks really good. Let's just jump back into that view for a little bit while we sort things out at this end. Jaden, catch you later, mate. Nice to have you here. Have a good one. Now, I want to disable auto load. Beat. I want to run past all of these and pick them up. Hopefully I am far enough away. That looks pretty good. Why? Done. Instead of trying to back ourselves out of that way this time, we'll go out the front way. Oh no. Didn't see that. Nothing to see here. That, in fact, that must be, I'd say that trailer there's got all the alfalfa windrow on it. Still planning on field days will be weather dependent. Fair enough. Fair enough. Gonna need to make a Lego shed for all the tractors. I know, right? No, that's grass. There's some more bales somewhere. This in here, this is grass too, isn't it? That's the first grass I mowed. Yeah, goodness knows. Alright. Well, let's head on down. We'll go and start doing the mowing. And these other fields. Look at that nice clean tractor. Thank you, Corp. Floyd's excited to say hi again. Nice. Oh, the boys will love to see him too. Bounce our way up over there. Very graciously. Now how good. Drive on the left hand side of the road. We're in New Zealand. Let's see if we can see some of this traffic we've got on here. As you're looking over there, Bo, it sort of starts getting a bit more rolly up on that side. The automobiles, the vehicles aren't exactly the most New Zealand though. Gotta say that. Steal the wife's baking trays. I think I used to do that with when I was a kid and used to steal mum's ones. Oh, he remembers I liked licorice. Good man, good man. I was saying a bit earlier, Bo, I drove past the case dealer here in town today and they had a shiny new 520 Steiger sitting in the yard, and I wondered if they had that here in advance of the field days. If they were going to have that to show off. So that on the right there is the main dairy farm. And I didn't actually realise the hooped barns down there, they're actually calf raising sheds. Ooh, let's not overshoot our entrance. Which is pretty cool. I thought that was quite nice. Then we've got a shed here, and we have a loading yard. And then these 4 fields, I think there is. 5 fields. The 105, which is the one I was going to go into first, is the largest. Let's take a look at this. I don't want to carry on my Lego, but turn that on, get the light down. Not enough Commodores and Falcons on the road, I know, right? Actually, yeah, Alien Jim made a really good set of right-hand drive vehicles, and I tried to actually put those in, and I couldn't for the life of me get them to work. So, I have to give that a little bit more thought. Hey, Mr. Sim Gamer, how you doing? Nice to see you. Alright, now let's just try. I know why. Because I had that on. Is it going to work now? There we go. Now I need to remember what's the width for VCA. Which is the width setting? Someone will tell me before I even find it. Lane guidance. Why is that not there? Track guidance. Distance between offset of tools. Did I go past it, James? Was it in there? Tech width. Here we go, that'll do it. I'm intrigued now. You said I went through it. Detect, toggle view direction, settings, main guidance, previous, next. Working with Control Alt W. There it is. Thank you. Control Alt W and Control Shift W is reset it, isn't it? Yeah. Anyhow, we've got it now. That's all that matters. Started watching the 200 horsepower challenge. We were talking about that earlier actually, Bo, now that you bring it up. It's such a good challenge. So many people doing it too, which is very cool. Awesome to see. And I did say Mrs. Sim Gamer was jumping in there. Can't believe you're cheating on me though, Bo. Not sure I'm happy about that. That's a very withered crop next door to us. That's a terrible turn. Alright, you reckon, what do you reckon, are we going to be able to have long enough passes to even think about building some Lego? I don't know if we will. Oh, just a straight A. Whoops. A for Argsy. Harder than it sounded trying to get silage bales up those hills with 170 horsepower. Why is that not? Oh, that's because of the angle I've got, is it? No? Yeah. Had this problem before, I had it, and I can't remember how I get rid of it. Something to do with GPS, and I can't remember what I did to get rid of it. I had the same issue on it's like you have to clear the course or something. I had the same issue on days with the day server. Oh, I give up. I give up. I'll just do it this way. I know. Set ourselves a proper GPS course. That's worked. Except I'm going to have snapped terrain angle on, and this is one thing I don't like about guidance steering. Just started the $1 billion silage challenge on Western Wilds. Wow. That's pretty keen, Scott. You're like she love around, be pleased to know you've moved on from Dagon. I'm just teasing you, mate. I mean, we did the $100 million challenge on Midwest Horizon using crops, and that was long enough. I'd hate to do that 10 more times on a solo playthrough. Goodness, you're a keen man. Keen man. Really should try and enhance vehicle. I've heard good things about that too, Finish Farmer. I kind of get stuck in my ways. I'll do it a certain way, and then that's just what I want to use, because I'll customize my keybinds or get my controller set up or whatever I'm using just how I want it. But yes, I do need to broaden my horizons. How you doing anyhow, Finish Farmer? Good to see you. Hey Penny, how you doing? Welcome along. Hey John, how you doing as well? Road Train, how are you? Is Puma Plow helping you? Nope. Haven't got Puma Plow here. Did I not? No, I'm gonna have to reset that because I turned off the snap terrain angle. Right, let's try this again. I'm gonna finish the field before I get it set up. See what that line looks like. That's better. Happy days. Start with 0, new farmer starting area, the case fiff, do 100 seater, a front mower, a forage wagon, and a cultivator. It's impressive. It is impressive, I will give you that. Hey Dr. Fish, how you doing? Nice to see you. Oh, you are. I see Road Train was talking about chat. Gotcha. Alright, so we did start building a little bit of Lego, but literally it's nigh on impossible with the length of these fields. We'll have to save that for a Shellbrook. I think we'll probably stream from maybe Shellbrook next week. We'll see. Could be from the challenge server. Who knows yet? To be honest, I only watch real farming vids and music related content on YouTube. You're my main source for 22 still. Thanks, buddy. Quit your job a couple of weeks ago, now looking for something else to do. Hey, what on earth was that? What did I do then? Everything went pear-shaped very quickly, then Scott's probably sitting there in his tractor going, thank goodness I was offloading a bale because that looks scary. FS15 was all about silage and dosh made, yeah. It's good to see it's kind of moved on a little bit from that. I mean, silage is still a good money maker, but I think people are using BGAs in that less. I reckon you're actually finding less maps with them built into as well. Sort of the BGA in 19, the BGA was the be all and end all. But for the challenge server run, we'll see how we go. Visit G34 and G35 at the field day Argsy. Should be able to get some free stuff. Are you going to be there, sheep? What's that site? Who are you, if you're going to be here, who are you going to be with? Keep an eye out for an Argsy gaming hat if you are. BGA suck, pardon your French. Oh, that wasn't very good French at all, Road Train. You need to work on that a little bit better. First thing you'll be doing is making that baler go by, but there's nothing wrong with that baler, Chinook. Not much happening on the real farming channels I'm following with MF Fillera Farms, a bit quiet. Yeah, it's just that sort of downtime, isn't it? I haven't even watched much from the Commodity Classic. Apart from sort of the info about the John Deere and the case and their big new toys. Wee. Solid. Actually need to put it down first, Argsy. It can stay. Larson's went to some show. Yeah, that was the Commodity Classic, I think. Most recent one. Well, nice to have you all here. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. Always enjoy getting in here on a Wednesday night, having the old live streams. The old Hanson must have had too many late nights, I think. He said he was going to be here, but we'll let him off. Been pretty committed to the cause. Carfields, right. Nice to have the machinery stuff, but I'll be floating around everything. Cool, mate. Oh, like I said, if you're there on the Saturday, keep an eye out. I will come and say hi. Can't wait for custom modding. Cow Farms K Squad Track 17 to the mod page. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, isn't it, Scott? Pretty impressive piece of kit. Hopefully they'll jump on the, well, it'll be interesting actually, because they're very Project Red, aren't they? I know they've done a few John Deeres, but Project Red's been their catch cry lately, so it'll be interesting to see whether they took on the 9RX first, or whether they might try the combines. I mean, either or. Both going to be great additions. I'm also excited to see what the DLC that Giants might have that's popped up on the Steam database could be. You drawed on your iPad when you saw it. Bent Southern Pastures is not a mob hub map. No, it is not. It's been created by a New Zealand-based modder who's made a few maps in the past. And this is his take on it, actually based on Southern Cross Station by Hawks23. So if you have a look on the map, the town layout down here is exactly the same. The river going through the middle is exactly the same. There's the roads, there were 2 sell points and the sawmill. Then there's the road through there and the main road which goes all the way up around here. As well as, I think, this farm track through here, and maybe that one down there. They are all on Southern Cross Station, but everything else is just, it's an edit of the map, so pretty cool. And it's all been done with Hawks' blessing and permissions, so yeah, quite excited to see that. Alright. Looks like a 4, it looks like a 4X map because the fields are all so small. I mean, we're in 105 at the moment, and there's a few arable fields up here which are a bit bigger, but everything else is so small. So like there's our farm down there we've been working. I reckon on Southern Cross, I think all of this block here is one field, and then there's another field there. I'm pretty sure from memory that's all there was. It looks like Southern Cross. It's because it is road train. Because it is. The underlying part, at least. Right. Crash, goodness. Not judging the front end of this tractor very well tonight. Yep, it is an edit of, basically edit of Southern Cross using all the base of Southern Cross Station. I'm doing? Pressing the wrong buttons. That's already lowered. Right, get that unfolded. Way too green. So it's a New Zealand map, so road train. So Smith Gaming used Southern Cross as a base. So he basically took the mod, took the map, and then he's edited it. Not in game, he's edited it in Giants Editor to create this. So it's a standalone map on its own right. You download it as a map, but the base originally was Southern Cross Station. That's why the town and roads and that are the same. But otherwise everything else is very much New Zealand. Hey Simulator YouTuber, how you doing? Early start this morning, so you're off to bed. Catch you even later. See ya, Bo. Nice to see you, mate. Catch up with you again soon. See you around on the Oaks, or hey, who knows, you might download this and come and have a play. Impressive looking case with an even more impressive price tag. I know, Farms and Bob, right? How are you, mate? Good to see you here. Yeah, 1.35 million. The scary part is the people who will use that tractor will use 5 of them. That puts it into even more context, doesn't it? Yeah, this is one of my favourite parts of this map actually, is this grass texture with the yellow mowing texture. I think that's really cool. Can I just say I hate this map only because I can't play it? Now, you were talking about a PC recently, Jason. What's happened? Hey DK, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. You've been working Hanson too hard, have you? He's slept in this morning. Keeping him too busy on the other servers. Oh, the young bloke's at boarding school with it. Right. It's catch-22, isn't it? I mean, send the kids off to boarding schools, a bit of a blessing, but then you lose your computer. Give him a wake-up call, get him out of bed. It's not worth it now, Chinook. He's resting up, he's catching some Zeds, he's getting some rest, so when the competitive server hits the ground running, he's there. He's going to run every piece of equipment out of diesel. Such a cool view. Watch the Welkers demoed on their full planting this season, but I'm betting Fastag is going to buy a few. Probably. The other one I thought could be Mike Mitchell. He might be more into the 9RX. I've got to say, if there was a prize for a beauty competition between those two tractors, the case would win in my eyes. It is definitely the better looking one. The gym's doing some weights, getting him ready. Already he's doing his Rocky routine. He's found a set of stairs to run up, the Rocky music going. Mike says he did try and get one. Ah, the 9RX, right. Oh, the case, sorry. I mean, all those guys are just, you know, they'll never actually own it, will they? They'll just use it. The 9RX has no diff. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Gotta run, work cool, enjoy the rest of the stream. Thanks, Mrs. Sim Gamer. Got about another half hour to go, so not too much longer. But thank you for tuning in. Hope you are well. Forward to catching up with you again soon. Have a good rest of your day at work. This price is really the price you actually pay. I reckon the deer not using diff will make it fly out to the large remote farms to save on breakdowns. Is diff driving breakdowns, is it though? Just curious. I'm intrigued. I've got a diesel car and it runs on diff. It has diff in it. I have a good story about diff as well. My wife's auntie and wife's mum were driving down country, and in my wife's auntie's car, which was a diesel, and she was penny pinching and waiting to get to a certain fuel stop to get the diesel because it was on a farmland's card or something and she could get it lots cheaper. And I think they were just about running on fumes by the time they got there. Anyhow, she pulled in, started fueling up. Even commented about how long it was taking for the diesel to go in. Anyhow, finished, paid for it, thought it was a bit expensive, drove off, got a kilometre down the road before the engine completely seized, and she'd filled the whole diesel tank up with diff. It was a write-off. Completely wrecked the whole engine. Diff causes loads of issues, especially in cold. Yeah, okay. You run a semi and it was parked for over a month because of a diff sensor that nobody in the entire US had. Is that right? How unfortunate is that? It's ridiculous. Fun insurance claim, yeah. I don't think it was Dazed. Don't think it was. I had to chuckle. I did. It was more the fact that the whole purpose for going to this position was to to save money as well. Yeah, very big ouch, Scott. Very big ouch. Squeeze around there. Sorry, tabbing around a few screens. Need that second monitor. Excess would have been more than the savings. Yeah, it wasn't good. Wasn't good. I was a trucker at a field stop. I watched a guy fill his diff tank with water from the hose. Don't know what happened, but I wouldn't try it with your truck. Because, yeah, like I was saying, my car's Skoda diesel runs and it has diff in it. I actually said to the guy, because it obviously monitors its level, I said, what happens if you run it out of diff? And they just sort of just completely stop. It won't let you go any further. How big of it? I don't know what the capacity in the... Oh, are you asking about the truck one, Road Train? Oh, I didn't lower it properly. Bother. Right. Might see. Scott, do you want to mow? Do you want to finish the mowing and I'll do a bit of baling? Just for the last half hour? Done. Sorted. Alright, we're going to bale this field. Oops, that didn't lift up. Let's just get this last little strip. We're going to need the front mower. Yes, right. I'm doing a little bit of baling. Just for some variety. So an impressive looking edit of this map on Facebook with added splines, custom traffic, crops and textures was seen over to the map if he wished to update it. Farms and Bob, that was by David Van Mole, and seeing we just stopped here. Look. David sent me a copy of it as well. I had a chat to him and said, do you mind sending it across? And he was very happy to. All I've done though, we haven't done the full changes he had. We've just put the traffic in, just the custom traffic. We also made an edit to it to get more contracts to show up, so there wasn't many contracts appearing, and that was an issue with the map.i3d file had the allow missions on the field ID set to false, so it wasn't actually popping any missions out. But yeah, so David's a serial map editor. He does a great job of it. But he's forever putting images up of maps he's edited. I was curious. I just had a curious question. I said, how many maps do you actually play on that you edit? Because you seem to do it to quite a lot. He said, you know, some of them he'll really spend a lot of time on. Others he'll do and then get bored of it, and after a little bit, so moves on to another one. So that's pretty cool. He used to do them very quickly too, so it's doesn't take too much time. Hey, Dutch Modelling, how you doing? Yes, it is a very good evening here, but good morning to you. Window open out the back and the door. What closes those? There'll be a command somewhere. So I don't think this is quite... Oh, this is... No, we don't have an R series. I'm just trying to remember what Dad's big tractor is. 6210, it's not an R series, but it's very similar to this. Very similar size tractor to this. Footloose Toucan, how you doing? Nice to see you. I'm good, mate, thank you. Hope you are all well. Nice to have you here. It is a PC map simulator YouTuber. I did in fact I haven't got a link to it here, but I did do a map tour video on this a couple of weeks ago and had links to where you can find the map there. It is in on Facebook, Smith97 Gaming. Smith Gaming 97. Smith 90s, I can't remember which way around it was now. Anyhow, you'll find it on his Facebook page. I was thinking it was a great name too, isn't it? So every now and then the great name will pop up and you just remember it. So Footloose, Slug Juice is one that I can always remember. Always see Slug Juice. I think that's such a good name. And Footloose Toucan's right up there too. Now, for anyone who's just joining and has been following along with the build process of our Case 1455 tractor and plow, and caught last week's stream when we finished the plow off, I do have it sitting over here next to me with everything finished and up and running. So if you didn't see it earlier, I did show it in stream and had the camera set up so I could put it on my desk in front of me and show you how the plow works. If you didn't see that and you were interested in having a look at it, let me know. Drop a thumbs up or something in the chat and I will I'll show you how it all worked, how it's all gone together, how it's all finished off, because it is pretty cool. I'm pretty impressed with it. A few little gripes, but all in all it's working pretty well. I don't know how many bales we've made today, but it's been a fair few. We've definitely baled a fair amount of the fields. The more I play on this map, the more I love it too, by the way. The more time I spend on it. The other thing I was saying early on, if you were only just joining, so we've set ourselves, well, I've set a challenge to have the 2 sheep pastures we own, which are down at the main farm. I'll get to unloading this bale and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So our main farm area is down here. This is what we own. We've got 2 sheep pens down here. They don't seem to show up on here because I've got them turned off, 1 and 2. And they have capacity. We won't see it on here, but they've got capacity for 2,500 sheep each. So the challenge I've set is basically to fill those 2 up, 5,000 sheep each. Make sure we've got enough feed to keep them happy before we're allowed to move on to any other animals on the farm. So there's a dairy farm, which would be kind of cool to have. There's also a cattle pasture. There's another sheep farm up on top of a hill. So before we progress onto anything like that, we need to earn basically $1 million to buy the sheep. $200 a pop, $1 million to buy them all. So that is the plan. It's a challenge. So it's been a all hands at deck, earning some cash, building up our money, and seeing how much we can get to. mind seeing it again, Mrs. Professor. It looked cool. Private edits look great. I always wondered how long he's been playing on them. After all the week setting them up, is there always a new... Yeah, that's exactly what I said on, you know. He was quite happy to tell me. I'm not being rude or anything. I'm just curious. Actually, you spend these time doing these edits, but he's obviously, you know, you do an edit quickly enough. You probably get very fast at them. I don't know if anyone saw on Discord, I spent a couple of hours yesterday, the day before, and I've built some little supply bunkers for lime, stones, manure and fertilizer. So basically the premise is the outdoor storage bunkers where you might get a semi-load or a truck and trailer load of product dumped in there, and then you can load up out of them with a front loader or whatever you might want to use. So I've set those up as buy stations basically, so you can do exactly that. You can run into them with a bucket and fill them up, get charged for it. And I've set them up for all 4 of those, plus I've done one which is just a loose, just a bunker, so you could dump whatever you wanted into it. So if you wanted to say, have your own line that you do deliver, it would be done. Rollback sheds, very similar to rollback shed, road train. And I want to put a roof on it that is linked to the trigger, so you can only fill from it when the shed roof's retracted. So the inspiration for it came from the palm kernel stores that a lot of dairy farms have here, and also the top dressing strip just down the road. They use them for their silage, their fertilizers and lime and that, depending on what they're applying when they're top dressing. So right, we'll finish this field off and then we'll have a look at the tractor again. I'll see if I can find a screenshot of that to show you as well. 10 by 5. I've basically got them, they're functioning in game, they're all textured. I just need to do a bit of work on the ground leveling around them and make some icons, and then we'll see. Might submit them to ModHub, see how we go. Yoran didn't see it, did you? Did you see the tractor, Yoran? Now that it's finished, lime gets dumped out on paddock where they're spreading. Yeah, that's a very common thing. It's exactly what we do here as well. G'day Scott, how you doing? You haven't yet, sweet. I will show it to you soon. So there is a lime heap in ModHub, which is just like a heap of lime that you can use in exactly the same concept. But these are more bunkers. I actually started off I was thinking, wouldn't it be cool to have a bunker? And part of it was also that was the palm kernel sheds, but also the cover photo for this map is a couple of the bunkers that are over the road, which are set up similarly. And I thought, hey, that's pretty cool. And then I was like, I wonder if you could do that. And then we did that. And that. Saw the tractor without the plow. Well, we've got the plow all connected and working and everything like that, Scott. So, Yoran, sorry. So we'll show you that. Scott might want to see it too. He's followed along. He's followed the build process along for a while. Ooh, just flick the corner to see Corp struggling. I wonder if you just put these bales in that shed core. It might be a bit hard. Is there space down in front of that shed to store the bales down here? Save taking them all the way back to the farm. If there's space, up to you. Let's have a look. How much are we up to? What am I looking for? This one. 1.5 million litres of silage. I'm pretty sure we had no grass before we started, or a little bit of grass. Anyhow, decent chunk. Some wants a tractor too. Need him to grow up a bit more so you can do it together. Yeah, this is definitely one you'd need some adult help with. It's also sold out, and I don't know if they're bringing it back or not. But what was that in the menu that I just looked at? That's time saving stock check by Mark Haythornthwaite. Road Train, best mod ever. Makes it so much easier to see everything. Well worth it. It's on Mod Hub. It's been released on Mod Hub. It is a script only mod though, so it's PC mod. But yeah, it's so good for keeping track of where things are at. If you haven't seen it, it basically tells you how much stock of everything you have. So instead of going through here going, oh goodness, where's my silage? Oh, there's silage. How much have I got? It's not going to tell me because it's not actually stored anywhere. Where do I sell it? Southern Cross, and you go in here and go, what's the best price? February 189. Now this just goes to you, tells you 1.5 million litres, current price 186, which gives you 280 grand. Maximum price, and the maximum price is in January, so keep an eye out for that. And it changes colour, so it'll be green here when it's a good price, and a brighter green I think than that when it's a really good price. Suck at console players, yeah, sorry. It's a Giants issue. Don't blame the modders. Missed what I said to your comment. I'm good, thank you. I'm doing good, thank you, mate. I was just saying that you might be interested in seeing the tractor we've been building, because it's all finished now, and I've got the plow attached and working. So I'll just do this last little pass, and then we'll bring it up and have another look at it. Might look at a Lego one. Yeah, so the John Deere Lego one would actually be good. The 9R. Or the other one that we're just about to start building. The forage harvester. That'd be a good one too. Just looking at the pieces doesn't look too difficult. What else is there? There's the other little farm tractor too. Lots of options. Lots of options. Mr. Chamberlain 9G tractor. I don't think Lego's made that yet. Or I haven't seen it on Mod Hub either. Right. Almost done. Oops. Completely missed it. Too busy trying to reach out. Sorry I haven't been here much, mate. I've been following for some time but barely get the chance to pop in. Glad you are. Hey, no worries, buddy. Always nice to have people pop in when you can, but understand that time frames, time zones, other commitments mean that it is very rare that everyone can be in the same place at the same time. So, awesome. It's like Tom just popped in before leaving for work. Have a good one, y'all. You too, mate. Thanks for popping in just before work. Oh, that's almost the best part of it, right? See if it's worth it. Then decide if you're going to do it or not. I love seeing these rows. Oh, it's such a good... Looks so good. You know what I'd love to see now is doing the little 150... What are the smallest bales? The little Heston bales? Little Massey Ferguson. Oh, nailed that, didn't I? Right. Let's just actually not turn that on just yet. Alright, let's have a look here. I'm going to get this over. Bring up my OBS so I can see what I'm showing you. Right. So, there it is finished. So, tractor, all at the front. Modelled on a case 1455, and that's the plow there at the back. We've got all that attached and all working. So, put this down. I'm just going to go and grab the controller and turn it all on, you can see how it works. Bring that camera there back on. Get that out of the way. It's like a Zeta. So it's actually it is modelled on a Case 1455 road train. I haven't actually got the image anymore. No, because I changed it. So that's what we're building now, but yeah. That there, the one on the left was the original mock that the guy made, and the one on the right is the model we have. So that was what he based it on, and the one on the right is what it looks like now. So yeah, it's very cool. Anyhow, let's jump back into here. So I honestly, I said this before, I need a bigger desk for this. Right, so that's the light flashing. We've got the little remote here. I know I've been saying that for a while. So, here we go. So we can raise and lower, up and down, but we can rotate it around to there, and the plow gets into position, but the wheel flicks. So if I go the other way now, you'll see it go the whole way around, and the wheel goes back into the other position. And the only problem is, and I can see it happening, is you're going to wear out the gears in there, or strip a gear or break something, because it doesn't have a clutch. So when you get fully turned over like that, it just keeps on going and tries to rip itself apart. So you kind of need to stop. There needs to be a stopper or something which stops that, but there isn't one. But yeah, very cool. Down. So I like to leave it in that neutral position, because then I know it can go either way when I pick it up. And then yeah, I've got stop it so I can't drive off the edge of the desk, but yeah. Yeah, it's very cool. It's very speedy, as you can tell. So that is how it's all worked out. It's ended up very cool. I'm very happy with how it's all turned out in the end. The bonnet lifts up in there, so you can get in. There's motor and things in there. What else is there? The front hydraulics actually go up and down with the. Oops, I can't see. That front hydraulic goes up and down with the rear hydraulics as well. So if you wanted to make something to go on the front, you could. That's very cool. Cool set. Very happy with how it's all turned out. It is a bit noisy, James. How you doing, mate? Good to see ya. Right. Can I use that in the garden? I probably wouldn't use it in the garden, but I'm sure you could play with it somehow to make it actually simulate some plowing. It's a silly place to drop that bale right on the end of that row. Anyhow, carry on. Right, I think we can have time. We'll finish this field off, and then we might just about have to wrap things up. Got a huge way through the baling though. I wasn't sure when we logged in what exactly we were going to be doing. There was hope that we might have had some corn ready to do a forage contract or something like that, or some forage harvesting, which would have been a bit of fun, although as it's turned out with only the three of us on here, it would have been a bit laborious. So it's actually worked out quite well doing this, because it's a good three-person job. Hey Farmer Sam, how you doing? Nice to see you, mate. You are just catching the end. We are just catching the end, almost 11 o'clock here for me, and I was up at 6 this morning, had my son in town at football training at 7, so been a long day. Good one though. Good day. How about yourself, mate? How you doing? You good? Keeping well? G'day Cal, how you doing? Miss you there as well. How you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for your message too, mate. It's much appreciated. Glad to see you had things sorted there. Now, if you didn't miss my message announcement earlier, we are, and if you haven't seen FSG's stream, he is heading back on to the competitive multiplayer server. So the Team Argsy versus Team FSG server is cranking back up later today if you're in the UK, tomorrow for me, but FSG is going to be doing a stream off there, so it'll be back up and going. So for your YouTube member and you're keen to be a part of Team Argsy, make sure you find the chat, get the mods downloaded. There's not too many, it's a pretty simple server. We've evened a few things out that were a little bit unequal with some terrain, things that were done with the way the map was made. We've fixed up a few other little issues with it too, keeping it all as equal as possible, but still, obviously, the whole intention is to have a friendly competitive challenge, so it's just breaking rights, there's nothing else. So yeah, be good to get it back up and going. But anyhow, where I was heading to with that, if you wanted to be part of Team Argsy and you're a YouTube member, make sure you've got your YouTube account synced with Discord, and we'll be able to get you access into there and help out with hopefully wiping the smile off those Team FSG's faces. 20 FSG's team and sabotage it. Absolutely not, Jason. I cannot condone that. However, Jason, it is a crossplay server, so if you happen to be a channel member of a channel, it's open for console too. Yoran's been playing on Team FSG on console, so. Did we fill up the river? Yes, that's it. I took the leveling tool to the whole map and just leveled it out, made it flat everywhere. There's no water anymore. Be gone with you. We didn't dream, DK. Don't forget to shout out my screens. Don't remind me about that days. That screenshot competition was meant to finish weeks ago, and the let's just say the entries I got were fantastic, but very light. But I get your subtle dig in the fact that I haven't done anything about it. Thank you for reminding me. I will acknowledge it as there. You like the competition idea? I'm viewing me below. Only I don't want to choose the side. Fair enough, Finish Farmer. You're the Switzerland. Team Swiss. Wasn't a dick for once. It was just, oh no, I've just neglected it because I never actually extended the date. I think literally on the day it closed there was only about 3 entries. Anyhow. In-game shots. Road Train. So, being a farming simulator related channel, trying to make it farming simulator related. We did it last season, last summer, and it was really popular. So I don't know what happened this time around. But yeah, lost in the noise of Christmas, I think. That's what I'm going to put it down to anyhow. Whoopsie. So I'll pass that one. Scott was saying earlier, actually, I agree with him, the pickup on this bale is really good. The width on it. Like, these are some pretty big windrows. And you can get quite a way off centre. Still pick them up, which is nice. Not a bad little baler. But a hanky-panky farming parking tractors on house roofs. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Gonna going to go for Team Brown on that one. Fair enough. Fair enough, Bob. This is not often I get to the end of a stream with a bit of whiskey left, but there we go. It was a bit of a heavy-handed pour tonight, to be honest. He'll stick to realism. Fair enough. It is key, after all. It is key. Look at that. Whee! Scott's a bit ambitious trying to pick two of them up. He made it. There we go. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been a blast having you all here. I hope you've enjoyed the stream here from Southern Pastures. Hope you're looking forward to seeing some more from this over the coming weeks. I'll certainly be jumping around between servers a little bit more than we have recently. I've been blown away actually by how popular and how well patronised the servers have been lately. It's very cool. It's sort of something I'd always wanted to have, is servers that have people on them all the time, and I know we've got a core group of people who are largely responsible for that, but it's also nice to see new players popping in and out all the time, so long may it continue. Catch you later, Scott. Good to see you, mate. You're off Footloose Toucan. Nice one. Thanks for hanging out, mate. Appreciate you being here. Short but sweet, bud. Great to catch you. Cheers, buddy. But yeah, like I said, I think that is a good place to wrap things up. We'll just park things up here. We've got through a lot. We've got, well, 1 million litres of grass. I don't know if we've made all of that tonight, but I reckon we've gone pretty close to it. We have managed to go back into this one, mowed all of that grass, and we've mowed all of this grass. So it's a pretty big chunk of the map that we've managed to mow. But well, it's not when you zoom out, but pretty cool map. I'm really enjoying it. Lots of grass work, always lots of contracts to do, so always something there if you're looking for some jobs, which is cool. Thank you, Corp. Thank you, Scott. Appreciate you guys hanging out too. We'll grab a screenshot in just a minute before you head off and have something for next week. But to everyone else, you guys are amazing. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. It's always a pleasure to spend a couple of hours of your week with you here, live streaming, just chatting, chewing the fat, and whatever else. We will be back live on Sunday morning, back to No Creek Farms. I'm hoping to get the contract, the harvesting finished, and that, fingers crossed, maybe this week. I just want to get that finished, and I think that'll be a perfect place to take a fresh look at what we're going to do, and it might be that we spend more time here on Southern Pastures, because I think from my my reaction tonight, I've really enjoyed actually being in here and doing some of this work, so it's been fun. Feels so much like home. Like, honestly, if you're interested in Kiwi farming, jump in, grab the map. It's well worth it. Or if you're a member, YouTube member, jump in and help us out here on the server. Anyhow, thank you everyone. I see all the messages there. All the best. Short but sweet. Catch you next time. Take care. Cheers. Later all. Good night, chat. That's a good place to wrap it up. So you guys all take care. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.